Wasim Raja, born July 3, 1952, was a highly talented all-rounder who represented Pakistan with distinction in between 1973 and 1985. A wily leg spinner and an elegant left-hander, who had the rare ability to absorb pressure, Wasim is remembered for the way he played the sport. It would be an understatement to say that the West Indies were the strongest side back then. One needed a character of steel to excel against them in their own backyard. Raja was one such character. On August 23, 2006, Raja died of a heart attack in Marlow, Buckinghamshire in England while playing cricket for the Surrey over 50s side. Check out some memorable highlights of Raja's beautiful game.
Shot, 4 runs, he's made up for it there. It's one of the best strokes of the day. It's a great shot. Picked that up beautifully. Hit it away over mid-wicket, bouncing it inside the boundary and then into the fence. That's oh, he's put it down again, and that was a simple chance. Kalicharan. Julian the man chasing, and a good shot from Wasim Raja. He hit that very, very hard indeed. Can I? There's some wild throwing going on now. It's Wasim Raja's 50. West Indies looking ragged in the field. They're panicking a little bit under pressure. And Wasim Raja has reached his half-century in 63 minutes, including 6. 4 for 99. The batsman in now is Wasim Raja.
100 on the board. That single by Miandad, 4 wickets down. And obviously in all sorts of trouble. They need 543 to win. Raja on strike. Tomo. And away on the offside, playing that pull shot he loved so much, and the one which brought about his downfall in the first innings. So 4 runs there to Raja. That ball not that short.
And I think he's going to be a candidate for a few more bounces the way he plays that hook shot, Tony. This one from Jeff Thompson, pitching and going across outside off stump, and Raja jumping in the air as he played it. We saw him hole out to that beautiful catch, Jeff Thompson down the boundary off Lily early on in the first innings. And I would be very surprised if Thompson doesn't give him a couple more bounces, or whichever quick he's on, bowling from this member's end. That one found its way to the boundary, and he's off the mark with 4.
The Pakistani manager with a cigarette in his hand. He's got big enough problems without having incidents to worry about. His team is about to get slaughtered. But they are very seriously, obviously, discussing the incident. And it wouldn't surprise me if we heard a rumour or something of that sort suggesting that the Pakistanis might be going home. We quite often hear those sort of rumours when incidents like this take place. That's a fine shot by Raja. Beautifully placed down the ground. Ball going out towards the deep mid-off boundary. Slightly over-pitched by Thompson. 4 signalled there by Crafter. 4 for 108. Out there as well. A little gust of wind across the ground, and of course some sun as well. After the winter, some of them taking the opportunity to soak up some sun and the tan that goes with it. So Lily again, this time to Wasim Raja. It's right up there. Raja drives and drives well on the offside. That'll be 4. Beautifully timed. Characteristic left-handed shot there, leaning back and flying it through the covers.
That's an example how Wasim Raja appreciates the ball coming onto him, really slapping that one through the covers from Dennis Lilly. And it seems that he appreciates the quicker bowlers when the ball is coming onto his bat. He certainly likes to throw the bat at them. Very good piece of timing and placement there through the covers. Just having his problems at the moment.
Certainly don't want to be short of any bowlers. Jeff Lawson, the 12th man, is on the field. Good shot. That's fairly raced away over the outfield. And Lily's taken some hammer here today. 48 from 12.1 overs.
And that, I think, is a good example of the aggressive nature of Wasim Raja. Loves to play that square shot. And here Lily giving the room outside the off stump. Raja has quite a reputation in the northeastern leagues in England as being a hitter of tremendous power. How does he drift on this ball? Around the wicket, Yardley angling the ball in and making the ball really drift in the air, and that stroke brought up the half-century partnership as a result of that.
Good breakthrough for Terry Alderman. And a fine shot again. Wasim Raja. He gives it some tremendous hammer on and outside that off stump. Should only read the newspapers this morning where that young lad was killed in Melbourne over the weekend when he was batting. Was accidentally hit on the temple and died before he reached hospital. Good shot. No man out there at deep square. Very well timed by Wasim Raja.
Yes, and that unfortunately occurred in Dandenong, that accident. And what a good shot there from Raja. He picked it up very cleanly indeed off the front foot and really swung it away with everything he got towards that deep square leg fence. And that, incidentally, that fatality, Richie, is about the third in 2 years in Melbourne.
Yes, and two of them happened, I think, in one weekend. 1980, it was when the England side were down there. And I remember one or two of the critics travelling with the England side were, in fact, sneering at the use of helmets at the time in articles that were written. And that very weekend, 2 people were killed. One hand, but still effective. Not a great compliment to the bowler. But Wasim Raja is taking full advantage of the fact that Greg Chappell for Bruce Yardley has the field packed around the bat.
Look how high Raja was holding the bat there. He really was giving it the full swing. And now we realise what he meant when he said that he likes to slog.
The fast bowlers rather than the spin bowlers. That's the reason for those 3 close-in men slip. 2 close-in catching men in front of the wicket.
And this one's gone high in the air. Kim Hughes coming in for it fast, and he might well catch this. Yes, he's got him. He's out. Well placed, Kim Hughes. Greg Chappell setting that trap for Raja, and Raja going for the big one and getting a top edge. The ball skying high into the air, and well taken by Hughes.
Well, I think that would have to be classed as really a shot that didn't need to be played. Attempting to loft it away. He got a bit of a top edge, but it certainly wasn't what you'd class as an intelligent shot. And a simple catch there for Kim Hughes. Wasim Raja is on his way back to the pavilion. 48 against his name. Pakistan in the 56th over, 6 for 198.
It's in the air, and he's dropped it. We should have caught that. Javed Miandad has already taken 2 catches in this match, and he should have caught that one. I think he was charging it a bit.
He was charging it a bit. He's looked at his spikes to suggest that he might have slipped a bit, but he was on his way in, rushing in fact, as the bowler brought over his arm, and just got himself into a bad position. Madassa Tugana.
It's in the air and out. Straight to extra cover. Wasim Raja makes no mistake this time. And Joel Garner out caught at extra cover.
Joel will be very despondent about that. Having had the messages from the dressing room, he now would have wanted to go right through for the 50. They've put on the best partnership of the innings, but there are still 7 overs to hang out.
3 for 61. Wasim Raja bowling his leggies and googles, top spinners. There's no wicket for 10. He's going to continue to Dujon. Field has spread a bit for him now. 2 men back on the legs, 3 men back on the leg side, and a couple back on the offside. Oh, and a big... he's gone. Yes, he's done it. That wasn't a very good ball. It was probably a googly. Dujon going for the cut shot and getting a very, very thick edge.
It's the wide delivery. Dujon attempting the cut, and Dal Pat takes his second catch in a row, and that's very similar to the way that Bob Holland got Jeffrey Dujon in the Brisbane Test. With the wide delivery, on that occasion it was caught by Wayne Phillips. The West Indies in big trouble at 4 for 61.
Malcolm Marshall to Ramesh Raja.
Well bowled, and did it carry? Well, I think it may well have hit the gloves. It may well have been a chance.
What a tremendous effort by Jeffrey Dujon then. He realised as quick as a flash that that nick wasn't going to go to Clive Lloyd. He had to dive across, hit the glove, and I think it would have dived just in front of him, Tony, and it did. But what a magnificent effort.
Joel Garner comes in now to Ramesh Raja.
Keeps... Oh, and a misfield by Richards, but they still won't go. As he missed that, he quickly turned around and went after it. Lucky to get away with that. A big appeal there for LBW. Well, I suppose it may well have been bouncing just a little bit too much.
That's an excellent shot from Ramesh Raja. That'll be 4. Second boundary of the innings. He's a very nice timer of the ball. Ramesh, his brother tends to give fast bowling a bit of a thrash from time to time, and it looks like he's in the same mould. It's a good shot from Ramesh Raja. Pakistan chasing a target of 160.
Holding to Ramesh Raja.
Not quite timed, but he's got the placement there. Yes, I guess that's more the height that you would remember from the MCG, Dennis, around the ankles.
Yeah, there was a period there where you couldn't get much above stump high. I'll tell you what, he loads up when he really fires that cover drive in. He's a little bit like Jarvid, the way he loads up for the offside shots.
That's a good shot. He's timed that one very nice.
Always penetrates that ring of fielders mid-wicket, mid-on. So 299 now for 4. Cook to Raja. And this partnership worth 99. That's cut away very neatly, well placed, wide of lamb in the slip, down towards the third man boundary. Marks just cutting off the 4, restricting the batsman to 3 more runs. Raja now 63, Pakistan 320. Hook to Raja. Leans back, cuts. He's going to get runs off that one. This time his dial was up in the air for a little while, but it just kept moving, and that's 6 runs. A lovely shot there from Raja. Square leg. They take 2 and they'll settle for 2. That's a good shot from Kader. 339 and Kader goes to 3. इतना पसंद नहीं है फास्ट बॉलर खेलने, और वो लाजमी है कि
almost a tennis shot.
It rose very slowly, and Raja
Plenty of time.
did not move his feet. He just stood there and thumped it fast mid-on.
Little unorthodox, but very, very productive. Fierce shot from Raja. It goes on to 9.
Well played by Raja.
And Wasim Raja isn't a great leg spinner, turner of the ball, but this is the idea of what he's trying to do. Pitch the ball, drift it in first, and then spin it from right to left. And he can do that quite pronouncedly. The wrist spinners can. Although, as I said before, Wasim Raja doesn't really turn the ball very much in that direction. He's more of a top spinner. That wasn't a top spinner, that was a wrong. But the top spinner generally is a ball that loops on the batsman, deceives him in flight, makes him think he's got the pitch of the ball when he hasn't, and then goes straight on with topspin. And the batsman who drives that delivery doesn't get to the pitch of the ball, generally puts it in the air as a catch.
And they've strengthened the field now, just behind square on the leg side. They have a backward point.
And of course Wasim Raja is also a master of the wronger, and this is a disguised off spinner. It looks like a leg spinner when it leaves the hand, but in fact it bounces, pitches, drifts slightly away, then spins back into the right-handed batsman from left to right, from the offside.
And it will hit down the ground very forcefully again by Srikanth. So well, in fact, they'll have to settle for one. Lovely big crowd here to watch this final in the World Championship of Cricket. As we've said, plenty of Indians and Pakistanis out here, and lots of Australians too.
And there have been quite a few Indians fly in from the subcontinent to support their side in this most vital game here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Nice placement again from Shastri. That single allows him to keep the strike. And with 20 overs gone, no wicket for 61.